You may be seated. I want to thank our piper, Patrol Sergeant Neil Bunston, for piping in, our dignitaries, and of course our incoming chief. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to what has been a long-awaited and historic day for the Winnipeg Police Service. Today, we all have the pleasure of witnessing the swearing-in ceremony for Jean Bowers, who will become the 19th Police Chief of the Winnipeg Police Service. My name is George Labosque. I am an inspector for the Winnipeg Police Service and a chaplain as well on the side, and it's going to be my great pleasure today, and honor in fact, to serve as the MC for today's ceremony. I want to begin, I think it's the appropriate place to begin by extending a warm welcome to Chief Bowers' wife Dana and their sons who are here today. I also want to welcome a number of extended family members that are present and a large group of personal and family friends that have also come to support today's event. And just speaking to them directly for a brief moment, I want to just let you all know what I think you already do know, and that is that as family and friends, you have all played a role. You've helped influence and shape Jean into the man that he is, enabling him to be a man of integrity, a true servant leader who is committed to serving our community with energy, care, and compassion. I thank you all for what you have done and for being here today. I must say, as people started to arrive this morning, and certainly we had some advance notice with the sign-ins and the email exchanges that went on, nonetheless still overwhelmed by the number of agencies and community leaders who expressed an interest in taking part in today's ceremony. And with that being said, I do want to apologize in advance because there is no way I'm going to be able to mention every agency, and yet as partners you are also very important to us. So again, my apologies for that. I do, however, need to mention a few individuals within the audience, and I ask that you give me that brief moment of time. Grand Chief Kyra Wilson is here in the house today. We thank her for that. The Minister of Justice for the province of Manitoba, the Honourable Matt Wiebe, is here. Winnipeg Police Association President Corey Wiles is in attendance. We also have the pleasure of welcoming today in our venue two former chiefs for the Winnipeg Police Service, and that would be Police Chief Danny Smythe and Police Chief Jack Awatsky, that are both here as well. I know corrections are here and a number of other agencies. Again, my apologies for not mentioning all of them individually. Our group of platform guests that were piped in a few moments earlier are all tremendous leaders in their own right, and each will play a role in today's ceremony, and I'd like to quickly introduce them. You saw them on the way in. You probably recognize all of them. They include from the provincial courts, Chief Provincial Court Judge, Judge Ryan Rolston, the Chair of Giganaway Ni Mananig, Ms. Sandra Delarond, Indigenous leader and a real friend of the Winnipeg Police Service, Elder Mike Calder. And representing the City of Winnipeg, we have His Worship Mayor Scott Gillingham. We have Chief Administration Officer Sherwood Armbruster, Police Board Chair Marcus Chambers, and to sign the deal off in the end is Clerk for the City of Winnipeg, Mr. Carlos Gamero. So we are well represented here today. On behalf of Chief Bowers and the Winnipeg Police Service, I would like to acknowledge that we're gathered on the ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, and Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Red River Métis. We also acknowledge Shoal Lake First Nation number 40, which is a primary water source for the City of Winnipeg. As mentioned, this is an exciting day, and we've been waiting on this for quite some time, and it's only fitting, given the blessing that it is, that we start with a blessing. And so at this time, I would invite a good friend, Elder Mike Calder, to come forward to offer a blessing.
Bonjour. Kiwit makwa dus na ka spakete makwa do dam makate makwa o gechita. Peguis First Nation. I say Chimigwech, and what I feel so honored to be here today to give this blessing for this event for Gene and his family, all the guests. I welcome you all. So Chimigwech, Creator, grandmothers, grandfathers, I said, come together, Creator. Make the phone calls at Winnipeg Police ring less during Gene's tenure. Keep the city of Winnipeg safe, strong, and together. Work together, live together. No violence. Keep it strong. And with the help of all the organizations involved right now, Creator, we can do this. Just need to reach out and ask for that help. Watch out for Gene, his family, his loved ones, because everybody's got to go home and everybody's got a family to go to. With that, I say all my relation. Chimigwech. Oka.
Thank you, Elder Calder. True friend of the Winnipeg Police Service for decades now, and a real knowledge keeper that has been invaluable to our service and, in fact, to the community at large. Now, we recognize as we bring forward such a large group of people into this room, we recognize that as a police service, we continue to grow in diversity, not just in culture and ethnicity, but in the various faith traditions with which most, if not all of you, are familiar with. So for those of you who pray, I would like to welcome you to join me. And for those of you who do not, please use this moment to focus upon the sentiments we all share and the reason we find ourselves here today. So I do invite you to pray with me. Heavenly Father, we have come together this morning to celebrate and to witness our new chief taking an oath to God, to discharge his duties to the benefit of our city and all citizens. We ask you, Lord, to meet every need that he will have in his position. Give him encouragement that the work he does represents your character of justice and peace. Give him the patience and wisdom to work with everyone he needs, staff, officers, the public alike, so that everyone who stands in front of him will know that they are in the presence of your very self within him. God, in times of happiness, give him a sense of joy and light. And in times of tragedy, give him strength, trust, and compassion. And as we ask this for our new chief, we commend to you all of the men and women of law enforcement in Winnipeg and in Manitoba in thanksgiving for their willingness to answer the call, to protect and serve, for their dedication to the safety, the well-being, and protection of others. And we pray for their family, their families, their loved ones who see them leave for work each day, knowing the risks that accompany the position. We ask that you protect our new chief, his officers, and their families. And we ask this in your precious name. Amen. Well, honored guests, as mentioned, we've got a long list of really outstanding leaders that are going to come forward and offer some greetings and messages. And so I'd like to begin with the mayor for the city of Winnipeg, His Worship Scott Gillingham. Sir.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Inspector. It's an honor to be here today. Thank you so much for the land acknowledgement and the prayers, and Elder, thank you for your prayers as well. I thought that they were both excellent prayers, and the one prayer by the Elder that there be less phone calls to 911, I think sums it up. It's the wish that all of us certainly have in this room, so thank you so much. Thank you. It's great to be here with Minister Wiebe and Chief Justice Ralston, my City Council colleagues who are here, including Councillors Lukes and Santos and Rollins and Duncan, and of course our Police Board Chair, Councillor Marcus Chambers, who I think you'll hear from in a few minutes. I too want to acknowledge Grand Chief and the chiefs who are here, the Deputy Chiefs, the Winnipeg Police Service, and our former Chiefs, Smythe and Yawatsky, and our CAO, Mr. Sherwood Armbruster, and many members of the public service, and our clerk as well. So my apologies if I've missed anyone today, but it's really great to see each one of you. And of course, Chief Bowers and his family. So good to see everyone. On this very exciting day, It's really an honor to be here to officially welcome Chief Bowers as the next Chief of Police for the Winnipeg Police Service. And in saying that, I too want to just take a moment to thank Deputy Chief Art Standard, who filled in so admirably in the intervening time. So thank you so much for your service as well. It's a proud moment, not just for Chief Bowers and his family and colleagues, but of course for our entire city. And I want to thank the work of the Police Board, who was going to be introduced, I think, in a few moments by the Board Chair. Thank you for your work as well. Today we recognize the years of service that Chief Bowers has dedicated to our city, his leadership, and the trust that has been placed in him to guide the police service through the coming years. Chief Bowers has committed more than 30 years of policing to Winnipeg. It's an act of public service. It's an act of dedication to our community. And over that time, he's taken on some of the most challenging and complex issues facing law enforcement, leading special investigations, working to combat human trafficking, working to modernize policing operations. He's built strong relationships in the community and understands that public safety is about more than just reactionary policing. It's about prevention, intervention, and collaboration. Being Chief of Police is one of the most critical leadership roles in our city. It carries with it immense responsibility, because if people don't feel safe, then everything else in the city is affected. Businesses, families, communities, visitors, everything depends in our city upon a foundation of safety and stability. And that's why this role is not only about law enforcement, it's truly about leadership. It's about bringing people together to find real solutions. Just on Friday at the State of the City address, I spoke about the nature of our city right now and the need for a true, ongoing, citywide coalition on public safety. And I appreciate that long before today, Chief Bowers has been actively engaged in collaboration when it comes to establishing a safer community. Because the challenges that we face today, whether it's violent crime or repeat offenders, or the growing number of calls related to mental health and addictions, of course, cannot be solved by one agency alone, nor should they be. And I want to take this moment, as I look across this room, to thank the members of the Winnipeg Police Service, those who are just on the job and those who've been in the role for 30 plus to 40 plus years. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your dedication to our community. Thank you for all that you do, all that is seen and so much that's not seen, to make a difference, to make our city safer, to bring confidence to the people of this community. On behalf of all of our City Council, we want to thank you. Our success will depend on strong partnerships, of course, between the police and the fire paramedic service, every one of our departments, outreach organizations, community safety teams, businesses, and all levels of government. And we know that for these efforts to succeed, we also need to insist that senior levels of government continue to work on real reforms, real changes, so the police aren't stuck rearresting the same individuals over and over again. So, Chief, you take on this role at a very pivotal time for Winnipeg. I have no doubt that with your experience, your dedication, and your commitment, you will lead the Winnipeg Police Service with integrity and with purpose. You have my full support. You have the full support of City Council as well in your tasks. So on behalf of all of City Council and all the people of Winnipeg, congratulations. We look forward to working with you to build a safer city for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Always a difficult person to follow when it comes to speeches, but we put somebody in place right after him that can hold his own. And so it's my pleasure to invite the chair of the Police Board, Marcus Chambers, to come forward.
Good morning. You heard from a pastor or former pastor, now a pastor's son. As chair of the Winnipeg Police Board, I want to congratulate Chief Gene Bowers on his appointment as Chief of Police for the Winnipeg Police Service. I also want to take this time to acknowledge the board members that worked so diligently to select Jean as the new Chief of Police. Our Vice Chair, Colleen Mayer, Board Member Daphne Penrose, Board Member Diane Red Sky, sorry, I apologize, Board Member Kevin Selch, and of course, Board Member Mayor Scott Gillingham, and unfortunately, Damon Johnson, Board Member, couldn't be here today. I also want to acknowledge our Executive Director, Jeffrey Wiggett, who came in as we were concluding, but was a value add to this process as well. This is a transformative moment for the City of Winnipeg. The Chief of Police is an important figure in our city. The Chief is not only responsible for enforcing the law, preventing crime, and preserving public peace, but also the leader of the organization. The Chief of Police embodies and represents the institution of police that is unique in its powers in our society. In order for that power to be trusted, effective policing must act with integrity, accountability, and transparency. These qualities help build the bond between community and police, and the Chief of Police sets the tone for that dynamic. As the board has set out to select a new chief, we took notice that building relationships and true collaboration with partners and the commitment to quality service in the community were key priorities that the candidate would need to bring tangible skills and plans to meet the needs of the job and to meet the moment we find ourselves in. It was Chief Bauer's experience and the accomplishments in his career that first got him noticed as we searched for a new Chief of Police. His vision for the future of what policing can look like, his plans for building relationships with community partners, and the courage to make real transformation and improvement is what made it clear to us as a board that he was the right position for this, he was the right person for this job and the right person for this moment. Under Chief Bauer's leadership, we are confident we will see significant strides in enhancing public safety while building positive and enduring relationships within our community. I would like to take the opportunity to express my thanks to you and your family and your friends for supporting Gene throughout his career, for continuing to be beside him in this new role. No one can succeed in this profession alone. The support of loved ones and those close to you, Gene, are critical, not only for you to be effective, but also for you to do well in this process. I would like to also take this opportunity to thank former Chief of Police, Danny Smythe, for your years of service and dedication to policing in our city. As well, my thanks to Deputy Chief Art Stannard, who graciously served as the interim chief during the appointment process for Chief Bowers. Again, Chief Bowers, congratulations to you on this achievement. And on behalf of Winnipeg Police Board, we look forward to supporting you in this vital role as we work together to create a brighter and a safer future for all of Winnipeg. Thank you.
We were quite confident he wouldn't disappoint, so thank you very much, Police Chair Board, Mr. Marcus Chambers. We are going to bring forward now the Chief Administrative Officer for the City of Winnipeg, Mr. Sherwood Armbruster.
Thank you, Inspector Labossiere, and good morning, elders and knowledge keepers, Grand Chief Wilson, Minister Wiebe, Councillors Lukes, Santos, Dobson, Rollins. My background is a city clerk, so that roll call comes familiar to me. But, I'd like to also acknowledge Chief Judge Rolston, Mayor Gillingham, Deputy Mayor, and Councillor Chambers, Ms. Delarond, and Mr. Gamiro, community leaders and honored guests, and of course, incoming Chief Gene Bowers. I'd also like to thank Elder Mike Calder for his blessing today. Thank you for helping us to begin in a good way and a way in which we will strive to continue always. I'd like to thank the Police Board for their leadership and service and for the opportunity to bring greetings on this historic occasion. It's an honor for me to bring good wishes from every member of Winnipeg's public service, to you, Chief Bowers, and to pledge our partnership in the great work that is upon you, that you're now embarking on with the Winnipeg Police Service. As we welcome Chief Bowers, I also want to offer deep thanks to Art Stannard for his devoted and tireless service as acting chief. Art, we are deeply grateful for your service to the city, not only as acting chief, but throughout your career in policing. Chief Bowers, to you, we offer congratulations, best wishes, and our promise of unfailing support. We know that this high office carries a heavy burden of care and responsibility. Your team, the Winnipeg Police Service, plays a crucial role in assuring the safety and quality of life of every resident in the city of Winnipeg. Your leadership is consequential for the city's aspirations and future, for residents, opportunities, and prosperity, for the calm and serenity of neighborhoods, for the healthy development of young people, for the protection of the vulnerable, and for Winnipeg's journey of reconciliation with First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. The crest of the Winnipeg Police Service bears the motto, Community Commitment. Chief Bowers, I know that you feel the power of this commitment. It's a commitment and a responsibility that the Winnipeg Public Service shares with you. We know there are major challenges to face in our city, but we look forward to working together, building a stronger, safer, healthier community. So on this momentous and memorable day, I'd like to say a special word as well to your family who's sitting with you. When someone that you love takes up an important mission on this magnitude, your love and support is more important than ever. Our care and best wishes go out to each one of you as you take on this vital role. Chief Bowers, on behalf of the City of Winnipeg and the Public Service, congratulations. We wish you health, strength, wisdom, and great success in your service to Winnipeggers now and in the months and years to come. So thank you, everyone, and thank you to all the members of the Winnipeg Police Service for the vital work that you do.
Our next speaker is known to be a champion of social change. She currently serves as the chair for Giganaway Namananig. Please welcome Ms. Sandra Delaronde.
Bonjour, Gaganaw Nawagamaгаnak. Those that have been our ancestors that have been here in this land before we started counting time, and those yet to come. We all gather as sacred witnesses to this for this new Chief of Police, Jean Bowers. And I also want to acknowledge the prayers this morning. I want to acknowledge the Minister of Justice, Mayor Gilliam, Grand Chief Wilson, and all of you that represent our great community, this place we call home and will continue to call home. I come to you this morning as the chair of Gaganaway Mananig, which the translation is, we all take care of them. And so today we are here with this responsibility. Sitting on this, at this table is our host, the Mama Wichita Center, the Winnipeg Indigenous Executive Circle, Manitoba Kiwitinawi Ogamaganik, Murdered and Missing Women and Girls Liaison Unit, Southern Chiefs Organization, Winnipeg Friendship Center, Tungasagit Inuit Resource Center, Infinity Women's Secretariat, an affiliate of the Manitoba Métis Federation, and family members of missing and murdered loved ones, elders, and knowledge keepers. So we have a broad base that meet at the table. Our sole mission at this time of our lives in our city is to ensure the implementation of the 231 calls to justice. This bundle I carry, which I'm going to transfer to Chief, is very heavy, literally and figuratively. It holds the stories of many of our families that have lost their loved ones to injustice, because many were vulnerable and targeted. So we know to the National Inquiry, the former Chief Danny Smythe had offered his apology to the families, and that's well appreciated. Though we know the 231 calls to justice is a call for all of us to ensure a safer city and country. More importantly, at this time of insurrection on the other side of the border, we have to really look to how we are going to keep our vulnerable populations safe. And so I'm going to transfer this, Chief Bowers, if you'd like to come up. So when we do this in a good way, we offer it 4 times. The first time we'll offer for those that have gone before us. The second time we're going to offer it for our community. And the third time we're going to offer it for the vulnerable. And then the 4th time we're going to offer it for all of us to work together collectively to ensure that these calls for justice are implemented. Thank you so much.
For those of you who may not be familiar, Ms. Delaron, it's really a truly amazing resume of work that she's done in the community, work and leadership on the MMIWG2S cause, and we're very, very honored to have you here today. Thank you for your words of wisdom and for sharing your time with us. At this time, we want to get into the legalities of this process. So I would like to invite Provincial Court Chief Judge for the Province of Manitoba, Chief Judge Ryan Rolston, to come forward. And here at the podium, we'll look at some paperwork. So Chief Bowers, would you please come up with me? And I'll also ask His Worship to make his way over with our clerk, Mr. Carlos Gamero, to the table for that secondary portion. Script, right? Where's the script? Good crowd for you. This is nice. Yeah, it's very nice. Does that work for you? All right. That's perfect.
Okay, so do you want me to just read it line by line and then you'll just repeat after me?
Yeah, just sure.
Okay. Say again? Oh, you'll need the Bible. Thanks. Okay. Just before we begin with the legalities, on behalf of the Provincial Court of Manitoba, I just want to take a moment and thank outgoing Chief Danny Smythe for his service on behalf of the court. And of course, officially welcome in Chief Bowers. Thank you. All right. Okay, so we'll just repeat after me then. I, Jean Allen Bowers of Winnipeg in the province of Manitoba,
I, Jean Allen Bowers of Winnipeg in the province of Manitoba,
do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
upon my appointment as Chief of Police with the Winnipeg Police Service
upon my appointment as Chief of Police with the Winnipeg Police Service
that I will, without favor, affection, malice, or ill will,
I will without favor, malice, or ill will,
to the best of my ability, perform and fulfill the duties and requirements
to the best of my ability to fulfill my duties and requirements
of the Chief of Police in and for the province of Manitoba,
of the Chief of Police and in the province of Manitoba,
to which I've been appointed by preserving the peace,
to which I've been appointed by preserving the peace,
preventing crime and offenses against the laws of Canada,
preventing crime and offenses against the laws of Canada,
Manitoba, and the municipality,
Manitoba, and the municipality,
assisting victims of crime,
assisting victims of crime,
apprehending those involved in crime and others
apprehending those involved in crime and others
who may lawfully be taken into custody,
who may be lawfully taken into custody,
executing warrants,
executing warrants,
laying of charges, and carrying out all other related
laying of charges, and carrying out all other that is related,
and assigned duties authorized by law,
and assigned duties authorized by law,
and assigned the Chief of Police.
and assigned the Chief of Police.
And that while I continue to hold office,
And that while I continue to hold office,
I will, to the best of my judgment,
I will, to the best of my judgment,
skill, knowledge, and ability,
skill, knowledge, and ability,
carry out, discharge, and perform
carry out, discharge, and perform
all the duties of my office
all the duties of my office
faithfully, honestly, impartially,
faithfully, honestly, and impartially,
and according to the Police Services Act
and according to the Police Services Act
or any other act, regulation, rule, or bylaw, so help me God.
or any other regulation, act, or bylaw, so help me God. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll remind the audience at this time, if you would like to take a photo, you're welcome to do so. If you can just allow the media to get their photos as well. The Chief Judge signature in place and that signature of Police Chief Bowers. We've had His Worship sign the document, and then City Clerk Carlos Gamero will put the stamp on the paperwork. If I can get you gentlemen just to stand for a moment. It is with great honor, now that it's officially done, that I present to you all the 19th Police Chief for the City of Winnipeg, Police Chief Gene Bowers. I thank you, Chief Judge, for your work here, and Mayor Gillingham, and of course, Mr. Clerk, Carlos Gamero. Last call for people who want to take photos. If you want to quickly step forward, you may do so, but again, we will ask that you do that now. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Well done. Thank you. And I have the pleasure of saying at this point in time, the podium is all yours, Chief Bowers. Thank you.
Thank you. Just let me get organized here. So I'm very happy to see everybody here today. But unfortunately, the venue currently we're in is not available, so we'll be moving across the street. I'm just apologize that we had to make a number of changes of venues. So. All right. What a truly exciting day, both personally and professionally. Thank you for joining us today, and I would like, before I begin, to acknowledge the Honourable Justice Minister Matt Wiebe, His Worship Mayor Scott Gillingham, Chief Justice Ryan Rolston, Winnipeg Police Board Chair Marcus Chambers, and esteemed members of the Winnipeg Police Board. Members of City Council are here present today. Interim CAO Arm Brewster and Ms. Sandra Delaron. I would also like to acknowledge AMC Grand Chief Kyra Wilson and Indigenous members representing the various Indigenous organizations and communities. Winnipeg Police Senior Officer Association President Mark Philpo, Winnipeg Police Association President Corey Wiles. As well, there are a number of our dedicated law enforcement partners representing Manitoba Justice, past and present chiefs of police from Manitoba and Saskatchewan, Winnipeg Fire and Paramedic Service, and respected community and business leaders. Lastly, I'd like to acknowledge members of the Winnipeg Police Executive and former Chief Smythe and former Chief Jakowatsky, and past and present members of the Winnipeg Police Service. It is a great honor to be selected by the Winnipeg Police Board as the next Chief of Police for the Winnipeg Police Service. I accept the responsibility this position carries and commit to serving all citizens of Winnipeg in a fair and respectful manner. Along my path to becoming Chief, I served at each rank of the service, every day working alongside members who answered the call to serve and protect our community with professionalism and pride. The commitment and dedication of our professional staff has always been truly amazing. Your vital contributions often go without acknowledgement. Please know that your skills and expertise and efforts that often go above and beyond are noticed. And I thank you for your service. And a word to every member from those individuals with newly minted service numbers who are just starting their careers, to our longest serving member, we all know who that is, Art, who is still on active duty in the executive office. Take pride in your role to bravely and tirelessly serve the citizens of Winnipeg. I would also like to acknowledge the exceptional mentors, partners, and colleagues that I have drawn inspiration from, both within and outside the Winnipeg Police Service. I consider myself fortunate and recognize that so many people have supported me throughout my career. It's impossible to thank each of you individually. However, know that you shaped who I am and have positively impacted the direction of the police service. Throughout my 36 years of policing, I have observed the value of leadership and teamwork. My leadership team will be built around strong executive members who both inspire and motivate. With their support, I will lead with honesty and integrity. Today's policing requires more than simply enforcing law. It is about serving with compassion, understanding, and respect. We will and should be held accountable when we are wrong. When we make mistakes, we will be transparent, learn from them, and do better. I think it's important to share with everyone a little about who I am and why I am so passionate about policing and what has driven me to become a police officer. As I was growing up, I witnessed my father's struggles with mental health, who sadly ended up taking his own life when I was 9. The loss of my dad was extremely difficult for my mother, Dawn, and I, but it also taught me how to persevere and not let others define who I am or who I can be. It gave me the gift of empathy, understanding, and compassion for those that have lost loved ones, not only to mental health, but to those who have lost loved ones to other tragic events. Undoubtedly, this impacted myself and my family greatly and truly marked my soul with compassion for those with mental health issues and loss. I believe becoming a police officer would give me the opportunity to help those suffering from trauma because I have been there myself. I will work towards community-based solutions to address issues related to mental health crisis, to ensure that professionally trained mental health practitioners are the ones responding to people who are struggling with mental health so that people like my father will get the help they need. Being raised by a single mother, my family, like many people in our city, face financial struggles. As a young teenager, and as family here can attest to, as a young teenager, I was between making the right decisions and wrong decisions. Structure was, however, brought into my life through sport, which was supported by community groups who supplied the necessary equipment and many coaches who invested in me. This community support allowed me to gain an appreciation of the true impact that our community organizations provide daily. I am living proof that investment in young people during adolescence contributes to holistic development and the likely pursuit of a positive future. I will continue to support our many members who already volunteer and challenge all members to find opportunities to positively impact our youth through coaching and mentoring. I will promote restorative justice initiatives, particularly in relation to the youth in our city, to provide wraparound supports, keeping them out of the justice system. I will work with organizations such as Mama Way. As a full-time university student, I took a position as a loss prevention officer. My experiences with one of our major downtown realtors exposed me to many of the social drivers of crime and helped me understand the complexity of this issue. I will ensure dedicated resources continue to support our proactive retail theft initiative, as well as continued collaboration with our business partners. Additionally, I will advocate for and support the many community groups who work to address food insecurity, poverty, and addictions. During my early years with the Winnipeg Police Service, I was assigned as a foot patrol officer in the Spence neighborhood and learned the true value of community policing. I worked directly with community members to problem solve and make their neighborhood a safer place. I learned from great community leaders like the late Reverend Harry Lahotsky that true healing and positive change comes from within the community. I understand that each community has unique challenges and representation. There is a need for our members and leaders to become more accessible and to build stronger relationships. We will not only listen to our community members, we will respond. Winnipeggers need to see change. Now is the time to reinvest in community engagement and intelligence-led policing. My leadership team and I will be more visible and present in the community, listening to your concerns directly. I will lead the service towards solutions which will support frontline policing and assist our General Patrol members to improve response times and achieve the level of service our citizens expect. Violent crime cannot be tolerated. As Chief, I refuse to accept the level of violence the city is experiencing and will ensure a suppression strategy is deployed to meet this challenge head-on. This will include a focus on repeat violent offenders released on bail conditions. The Winnipeg Police will not be spectators or wait for more citizens to be victimized. As a result, I will implement a dedicated unit to addressing violent crime, utilizing data-driven intelligence and metrics. As Chief, I will ensure individual member and organizational wellness remain a priority. This will be achieved through our strong and valued relationship with the Winnipeg Police Association and the Senior Officers Association. I will continue to encourage and support the service's diverse membership, ensuring representation throughout all ranks and positions, including the executive. I will strive to improve communication with membership to ensure all voices are heard. A recent mental health and workplace culture survey confirmed that morale has increased and positive change is underway. I will continue with the Real Change, Real Difference initiative to ensure that members are supported at all levels and continue to foster a culture of change and improvement within the service. One of the many strengths of this city is its cultural diversity. I will work to ensure Winnipeg Police Service is representative of these diverse communities. With that, I will establish a community-based diversity action circle to ensure inclusion and representation of all citizens with a focus on newcomers. My vision is that the Winnipeg Police Service will be a leader in reconciliation with our Indigenous communities to heal past wounds. And my ultimate hope is that reconciliation will be woven into the fabric of our service. My thoughts are with all MMIWG2S families and friends who have lost or are missing loved ones. To help chart our course forward, I will follow the recommendations from the Aboriginal Justice Inquiry, the calls to action from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, the principles held within the United Nations Declaration on Rights of Indigenous Peoples, and the calls to justice from the National Inquiry into the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls. In doing this, I will open communication opportunities with MMIWG2S families. I will continue to support the Red Dress Alert Initiative for Missing Women and Girls. I am committed to strengthening relationships with Indigenous communities and leaders, and with their consultation, I will establish an Indigenous Action Circle to facilitate dialogue, education, and shared responsibility to ensure all Indigenous people are heard, feel valued, and most importantly, are safe. Winnipeg is an amazing and vibrant city, facing real social challenges. These issues cannot be solely addressed by the Winnipeg Police Service alone. Rather, now is the time to strengthen our partnerships, build trust, and gain community confidence. To achieve this, we will continue to work with our justice and community partners, such as the Downtown Community Safety Partnership, Winnipeg Safety Officers, the numerous biz organizations, Manitoba Justice, and the numerous federal, provincial, and municipal policing agencies in Manitoba. These partnerships also extend to the numerous community groups, businesses, and social agencies who work and volunteer to keep our city safe. Winnipeg is my home, and Winnipeg is our city. I want our city to be safe and secure for everyone. Now, and before closing, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the loving support of my family, my wife Dana, and my sons, and my extended family, many of whom I'm so happy came to the ceremony. I would like to say thank you for always believing in me. Finally, thank you to the Police Board for their confidence and trust they expressed to me to lead the Winnipeg Police Service as the next Chief of Police. I look forward to continued collaboration, working towards making Winnipeg a safe community for all. Thank you.
Thank you for that applause. Very, very appropriate. And I was going to invite you to do that, but it was really well done on your part. So thank you for that. Honored guests, our formal program will end in a few short moments. At the conclusion, I will ask that you permit Chief Bowers to have a quick moment with his immediate family before he takes part in a media scrum, which will occur roughly where I'm standing over here at this front podium area. During which time, I would invite you all to make your way further back into the room where we have some coffee, some light refreshments, and certainly a lot of time for some fellowship. And I do hope you can stay for a little bit and mingle with the people that are here. On behalf of Police Chief Gene Bowers, the Winnipeg Police Service, I think it's important that I thank the audience for sharing this special event today. I know it's been said a few times. I also want to thank the people who are watching via live stream, I know many of which are police members who couldn't be here due to the operations that go on, and I want to acknowledge them as well and thank them for taking in today's program. Let us, one more thank you to make, and that's to thank Mr. Wade Miller, President of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, for providing us with this beautiful venue today and for the staff that have been able to make us feel at home and comfortable here. We truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let us close with the benediction. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you. May the Lord give you peace and strengthen your efforts. May he bless you and all the people of our city and province. Amen. And with that concludes our formal program. We thank you once again for being here. We hope you enjoy some time with us and have a great day. Thank you.